Ocala's information station, 1370 WOCA. Ocala.
All right, I think you're going to like this one, Joe.
I already do.
The book is called The Room of White Fire. It's a book by T. Jefferson Parker. I think I was told I could call him Jeff, so we'll say hi to Jeff in just a second. Let me give you a little credential. Mr. Parker was born in Los Angeles, lived his life in Southern California. He earned a bachelor's degree in English from the University of California in Irvine in 1976. You remember that year, right?
Oh, so well. Oh,
he began working as a cub reporter for a weekly newspaper in 1978. His first novel, Laguna Heat, was published and had good reviews in 1985 and made into an HBO movie starring Harry Hamlin, Jason Robards, and Rip Torn just 2 years later. Wow. Okay, this is an exciting book. It's called The Room of White Fire. You will find out about it right now. Good morning, T. Jefferson Parker, or Jeff. Good morning, sir.
Well, good morning to you guys. Thanks for having me on.
Oh, thank
you're
you.
welcome. Where are you? Are you in California right now?
Yeah, I'm in Southern California, North San Diego County, just sitting in my office here, looking out the window.
Having your morning cup of coffee.
That's exactly what I'm doing.
So when you're writing this kind of a story now, I mean, you've been writing for a long time, and PTSD is not something that was in the everyday jargon or vernacular of when was it, 76 you said here?
Yeah, you're right.
So
yeah,
would that have been even a topic in a novel back in those days?
You know, I don't know. I doubt it. You know, those were the post-Vietnam years, and certainly the fighters coming back from Vietnam were stressed. You know, certainly I don't know if the term was being used much back then, but it certainly is now. You know, for the past 16 years. Yeah. Our wars in the Middle East, beginning with 9/11, say, it's everywhere you look, and I thought that would be important and interesting and necessary for me as a thriller writer to try to shine some sort of fictional light and some sort of truth upon what PTSD and moral injury, if you will, is to some people.
Yeah, and I'm sure that Joe is a Vietnam veteran sitting right next to me, and a Vietnam War veteran, I should say. And while the expression wasn't there, we had other expressions that meant the same thing, but it wasn't treated with the same kind of delicateness it is now. And that's a good thing. I think we're doing a good job at trying to understand what happens to a person who is suddenly taken away from society that we call normal and put into a place where it's anything but normal, where you're killing people and seeing people die.
Yeah, me too. The cost to the individual, the cost of the price paid by soldiers, airmen, Marines going into combat is both huge and hidden, and it differs from man to man and woman to woman. I live here in Fallbrook, North San Diego County, which abuts the second biggest Marine base in the world, Camp Pendleton. Mm-hmm. And so I've been seeing and talking to young Marines coming and going the Middle East wars for 16 years, 17 years that I've been here, and I'm always interested and kind of surprised by the variety of reaction that they have. They're so, each one is so different, and their experience is so specifically theirs, and yet their reactions to it can be so different. And Roland, the PI in this book, he's a veteran himself, and so he wonders why, and the book wonders why, and I wonder why. Some men and women can come back from traumatic combat, bloody combat, and kind of shake it off and put one foot in front of the other and make a life and and compartmentalize, or whatever you call it. Basically, just kind of deal with it. Like Roland does. He's troubled, but he's getting by. He's got a job. And some people just literally can't get over it, and it just eats at them, and it makes them worse and worse. And you can go on and on about suffering and alcoholism and suicide rates, and that's not what this book is about.
Right.
But that stuff is real, and so I think if I can shine a tiny light on some of that, then my time has been well spent.
There's a mental health facility called Arcadia in the book. Is Arcadia, in a way, an actual character?
Arcadia is, in a way, is an actual character, because Arcadia is an imagined, fictional, high-end, super expensive, super exclusive, super private mental hospital for the sons and daughters and husbands and wives and family of the wealthy. And it is a character in the book, because that is not what our Marines and airmen and soldiers come back to. They come back to the VA hospitals. It's a completely different thing. And so in the book, this is Arcadia. The hospital is supposed to represent the apex, the very best that we can give Clay Hickman, the guy who's run away. The very best care we can give that troubled young airman is supposed to be Arcadia. And the second Roland Ford sets foot in Arcadia, he starts to wonder what this place is really all about, because it doesn't seem all that great to him.
Oh my gosh! And so that's where we follow Roland Ford through Arcadia, and what he has to uncover. Does he pose as a patient?
No, he doesn't have to. They hire him. The institution hires him because he's got a good reputation, and they don't want to go to the police because of security and privacy. They want this handled quickly and efficiently, and they want young Clay returned to where he belongs. They claim swiftly, and so Roland gets the job. It's like, do it now. Bring him. We want him back in 48 hours.
Wow.
And so Roland, quickly learns that there's a lot more going on with Clay than meets the eye, and why his keepers, his doctors, and his friends, if you will, at Arcadia are so desperate to get him back.
Did you have to do any research for this? Did you have to actually go to any facilities like this, or you said there isn't? Yeah, you did.
Well, I did a lot of research. I did a lot of most of the research that I did harkens back to the mid 2005, 6, 7s, and the allegedly secret black site prisons set up throughout the world by CIA, in which terror suspects were interrogated. So that was the meat of my research on this book. But back to Arcadia, I've never seen a hospital like that, and I know that there are high end, kind of detoxification places that wealthy people will go to that are maybe roughly akin, doctors and structured setting, and you live there for X amount of time until you get better. And this is kind of that on steroids, if you will. And
just before we run out of time, there's a murder that Roland comes across without giving anything away. Just to touch on that a little bit.
Well, yeah, Clay exit from the hospital leads to violence that makes no sense to Roland as he closes in on this young man. There seems to be a trail of destruction behind him, and part of the book is revealing why what Clay went through in the war, is playing out in a strange way as the book goes on.
You have a loyal following. We've had a couple of texts from some of the people who know that I'm going to give away the book right now.
You are?
So let me do it the right way.
Gee.
Oh, did you want it? Did you want to keep it?
No. I wouldn't do that to our listeners. I'd be getting letters from now until forever. Are you kidding me?
All right, call me if you want the book. Jeff was kind enough to send us a copy of it, and if you want it, call me right now. You can have it. The rest of us have to go buy it. I did find it on Amazon, and it looks like you're getting really good reviews on Amazon. Do you have a website set up for the book or for yourself, Jeff?
Yeah, tjeffersonparker.com, and it's a good website. My guy's good, and it's clear and fun to get to. So give it a look.
Thank you. Did you see the eclipse yesterday? Or you were in Southern California? You didn't see that thing. So.
Well, it was very, very subtle, but it was very, very interesting. Now, you guys had a pretty good view, didn't you?
It was kind of
86%.
It was kind of anticlimactic, actually, but
Oh, it was. 86 sounds so high.
It
like
does,
it's
but
86%.
the sun is really bright, so 14% of the sun still is a lot of light. So.
That's it, yeah.
Yeah, there you go.
Well, thank you for being on the air. Good luck with the book. Any hopes that this is a movie, or are you kind of fed up with the movie world?
Oh, no, not at all. Anybody who wants to make a movie out of it, I'll talk.
Yeah, I don't blame you. All right. Thank you. Thank you for being with us today.
Thank you, Jeff.
We'll be right back.
Fox News Radio. I'm Lillian Wu. The president says his Afghanistan strategy includes attacking our foes at a time of our choosing.
America's enemies must never know our plans or believe they can wait us out.
In his primetime address last night, the president saying the U.S. will link assistance to results and cooperation from other governments in the region. Tonight, a rally in Phoenix, Arizona.
With temperatures expected above 100 degrees, things could get a little testy, and many downtown businesses are expecting to close early after the city's Democrat mayor expressed his concerns.
Fox's Mike Emanuel. An investigation underway after a train crash in Pennsylvania.
Last night in Philadelphia, 33 people injured after a high-speed train crashes into another that was parked at a station outside of Philly. Happened around midnight. All victims were rushed to a nearby hospital, 4 in serious condition, including the conductor.
Fox's Bill Hemmer. Fox News. We report. You decide.
The Ford Summer Sales Event is in full swing.
How does one tiny little human need all this stuff? Stroller, umbrella, buckets, shovels, blanket, changing table, jumpy gym, bouncy seat.
Okay, sweetie, can you open the back?
Sure, I'm not holding anything with my foot.
Hands-free foot-activated liftgate, optional on the 2017 Ford Escape, lets you load up without putting anything down.
Wait, isn't the jumpy gym and a bouncy seat the same thing?
Totally different. Take on summer right with Ford, America's best-selling brand, during the Ford Summer Sales Event. Hurry and get our hottest offers like 0% APR financing for 72 months on select Ford Fusion, Escape, Edge, and Explorer models. Plus, get an additional $1,000 on top of your trade-in. Offer ends August 22nd. Best selling based on 2016 sales. Not all buyers qualify for Ford credit financing. 72 months at $1,389 per month or $1,000 finance regardless of down payment. Trade Assist cash requires trade-in of 95 or newer vehicle or lease terminated 30 days prior to or 90 days after new retail delivery. See dealer or go to buyfordnow.com for complete details. Take new retail delivery from dealer stock by August 22nd, 2017.
Hi, I'm Seth with AA Lock, Dock, and Security. Have you ever thought about the locks or security on your house or business? Have you ever wondered why the keys to your new car cost so much? Well, at AA Lock, Dock, and Security, we can help with securing your valuables. We can